This is Newkirk redevelopment precinct, and spawning in the bottom left-hand position, the red Protoss from SK Telecom T1, it is Bisu.
His opponent spawning on the bottom right position on Newkirk redevelopment precinct. Did I get that right?
I think you did.
His name is Turn, playing for Samsung Con. It's such a long name.
It is. We actually petitioned to have it shortened, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do that for us.
Well, they did name it Newkirk Precinct.
They could. You know what? They should just call it NRP.
NRP?
Yeah.
Maybe, but we always have to explain what that stands for.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, well, this is just the longest map name, I think, ever in the history. And, of course, there's the cool Terran logo there in the middle of the map, part of the new area that's been changed from the latter version of this map. So all this extra space allows for just, you know, different attack paths and ways around the map. And what Supernova Maniac was talking about a little bit earlier, some of the big chunks of buildings around the middle of the map, they have been smallened to increase the, I guess, openness of the map. And that's essentially the theme that they did for when they were changing around things.
Now, some people were saying that the 6 o'clock has been added, and that's the reason why the map got larger.
Hold that thought, though. We have a proxy second Rex from Turn here, and Bisu. He has not scouted that when he goes to his opponent's base. What do you think he's gonna? How do you think he's gonna react?
Well, I don't know what Bisu's opening is going to be. Granted, he's not going for something crazy like 17 Nexus, so he still has a chance. Now, I want to go back to what Bisu was talking about when he actually lifted it. Oh, so close. I want to go back to what Bisu thought about Heart of the Swarm. Back in Wings, he said he lost so many matches because of some of the early pushes, some of the really aggressive plays. Because of the Mothership Core, he was able to win more games, deflect the attack, and he thought it was more playable.
So now we're going to have to find out how Bisu is going to be able to defend against this pressure here, and if he will discover it or not. Now, things from Bisu's end, they probably look pretty standard. Oh my, we have a third barracks being constructed here, so it looks like we're going to be seeing only Marines and SCVs from Turn's attack here.
Well, Bisu should know what kind of person Turn is. He goes so aggressive, he just needs to know when that aggression is going to hit. Is it going to be in the early game? Is it going to be in the mid game? Because he knows that the game is not going to go to late game given how Turn plays the game. Granted, he's not getting a Mothership Core.
Bisu not getting the Mothership Core is a huge issue here, and the Marines moving across the map. Bisu, oh, look at this. He's scouting around the map looking for things, but he hasn't found it just yet. I think he may spot this eventually here, though. I think Bisu has kind of a weird idea what's going on. Oh, Bisu, it looks like, is he going to scout it? Oh, he's just barely missed the Marines. He didn't know no, he's moving back there. He's going to see the double racks play. Bisu knows exactly what is going on right now. And Turn, the clock has started ticking for him. Bisu is going to keep that Mothership Core at his main base here. And how many SCVs are we going to see pulled from Turn? He hasn't brought his SCVs just quite yet, but I have a feeling that we may see them.
Well, we do have upgrade racks, which means that there's going to be tons of Marines coming out, but you also need the economy to get the Marines out. So he needs to micro this carefully. Having up to 2 Stalkers is such a great thing for him right now, but he also needs to make sure the Mothership Core does not get sniped.
That Mothership Core cannot get sniped. He needs to buy time and energy. But look at this. The Marines, they're completely ignoring the Stalkers, and this may not actually be exactly an all-in from Turn. It may be more of, I just want to pressure my opponent, kill off as many probes as possible, and then back out and go into macro game. And you know, Turn, I think that's what he's going to do here.
Yes, that's what he is going to do. If he wanted to go for the all-in, he would have pulled the SCBs, and Bisu, he would have lost the game at this point because of the number of SCBs and how late his Mothership Core was.
But I don't see Warp Gate being researched from Bisu, actually. Now, Bisu...
It's finished.
Oh, it finished?
Almost
finished.
finished.
It's almost finished. There we go. Okay. And now Bisu moving across the map with the Stalkers. He's going to snipe off a few more Marines here. But now, the biggest problem for Turn is he is just getting his expansion now, but he's also very far behind in economy. And his upgrades, most importantly for his Marines, are going to be extremely delayed as well.
Well, I wouldn't say he's so far behind in economy because he did kill up to 11 probes with the Marine pressure, and knowing that his attack was going to get deflected, that was the best decision for him. Behind this, Bisu is getting a Stargate. I think if he got the Stargate a little bit earlier, and keep the Mothership Core at the natural, or at the ramp, it would have been more perfect. Get one Oracle out and kill a lot of SCVs, or even collect save up to 2 or 3 Oracles and wipe out all the Marines, ignoring the bunker and finishing off turn.
Yeah, Turn does not have a lot of Marines here. I think he potentially wants to use this Mothership Core to try to weaken some of those Marines here, let the Oracle do its job, and just really start hammering into Turn's economy here.
Yeah, so Bisu at this point, if he commits to more than 1 Oracle, then he needs to do some damage.
Absolutely. The Oracle, could we see a build similar to what Rain did, where he went for the Stargate and then he got the Robo behind it and just utilized 1 Oracle to deal damage? Or is he going to, try to commit more heavily to it? And we see a lot more barracks being built from Turn here. Actually, no, sorry. That is a factory. I thought it was an extra barracks, but nope. He just has 4 for now, which is actually still a pretty high number, right?
More than what you would have at this point. Most players, they go for 3 factories, 1 with a tech lab, and then they go for the factory. Now, there's up to 7 Marines. Bisu cannot handle it with 1 Oracle. We don't know if there's a second Oracle out on the way, but Bisu needs to be careful, and the Marines are actually getting out of position, and the Oracle is in perfect position to kill these SCVs.
SCV is going down. 3 have already been killed. The 4th one's going to go down as well. The Marines are moving in here, but no, they're split up improperly. 5 get killed off, and there's nothing to defend these SCVs over here. So much damage is being done by Bisu right now. He has been able to kill up to 6 workers, and now he's going to get out of there. A second Oracle on the way, though. Will Turn have his units properly split up? Does he anticipate a second Oracle coming in?
Well, Turn, if he's a smart player, he needs to start building turrets inside the main base, and there we go. However, the turn isn't even finished, and the Oracles are killing the SCVs. The Marines, where are they going? It needs to sign the Oracle as soon as possible.
Bisu killing off a large number of SCVs there. And I have to point out that he had really good Oracle control there as well.
Well, he was the king of micro back in Brood War. Even in the interview, he said he could micro 5 places at once, and that was back in Brood War when it was much harder to micro units. Starcraft2 is easier to micro the small things here and there because the units do not bug out. And Bisu, if he micros everything perfectly, everyone has been saying that Oracle is going to be Bisu's unit.
Absolutely. We do have a double forge following this from Bisu, and the problem, unfortunately for Bisu right now, is that he doesn't have a solution for the medevacs at this point. He just went into the Stargate tech. His gateway units are just now getting their upgrades, but he doesn't have any Robotech, and he doesn't have any Twilight tech quite yet.
Or he doesn't have any Stargate. Phoenix.
Yeah. Forward stem from Turn here. He's going to be able to snap off a few of these Stalkers here as well, using that stem so aggressive. Pretty much his trademark. He doesn't care that he's wasting stem energy if he can get those 2 Stalkers, and they both go down.
Now, the reason why I said Phoenix is there. Sometimes we see these, Colossus with Phoenix play, and they are so great at deflecting these medevac attacks. Even with the booster, the Phoenix speed is not slower than the medevac with the booster, so you could deflect the drops so easily. In fact, during the early days of beta, when I started playing, that was the way I won most of my PvTs. Just go Stargate Colossus, and it's so perfect at deflecting those medevacs.
So now we have Blink on the way for Bisu. And he used the Revelation ability on those medevacs there, so he's going to be able to see exactly where his opponent's coming. And now we have Bisu moving again into this into the main base of Turn here, just doing a little bit more harassment wherever he can, and just being very, very annoying with that Oracle. I love that Bisu is constantly using these Oracles throughout this game.
Now Bisu, he's actually moving inside the main base. Did he actually expect a drop inside the main base? No, here comes Turn. But he does have the Nexus Cannon, he does have the Sentry, so Turn needs to be careful. In fact, I think this might be a bad move for Turn, because now he can force field the army inside. There's so many Zealots to attack those Marines.
Yeah, Turn, he's going to have to get out of here. Bisu with some excellent control here. And look at that, 12 kills on that Oracle, denying so much mining, and he's going to even kill off that refinery, I think.
Some people have been saying that the win 2 days ago in that PvZ was a fluke because Bisu prepared some build against Action, and it just worked out perfectly because Action did not get enough units. But this game shows you how much Bisu practiced for Heart of the Swarm, and it's showing right now.
Yeah, he is quite far ahead in supply. Turn is trying to be aggressive here and really force Bisu into a corner, but the most he can really do right now is just temporarily contain Bisu in his main base. This Oracle harassment from Bisu has been so successful, but look at this. We have the SCV train coming in. In turn, he wants to go for a huge all-in attack here. Bisu, he's going to need the Nexus Cannon. He's going to need enough units to deflect this attack, but Bisu, he sees the SCV, so it's going to be up to some excellent force field usage of him in order to win this game. Force field's going down, but they don't really trap much of the units. The SCV is coming off the middle line. Now the probes are joining the fight as well, but this is still a lot of units. Will Bisu be able to hold here? This is looking very close, but the Oracle doing more damage in Turn's main base, and I think Turn, he is not able to do enough damage. Bisu still has a huge amount of units here, and this attack, Turn is going to try to continue and make this work, but it's not going to happen. Force field's going down once again, dropping some of those units. Bisu, he has been able to hold here and do so much damage at the same time to Turn's economy.
The blink does finish, and all of the medics get taken down. Turn doesn't have any economy left for him to come back into the game. After he loses his attack, now you're going to have the Colossus, you have the Blink Stalker. Even he can start going for the charge. +2, +2, it's almost finished.
Yeah, once that Blink's done, that's going to be it. GG! Bisu winning a PvT in style. He looked so good in that match.
You know, Bisu, he smelled something when he first scouted around the map. And he scouted the proxy 2 racks. He was able to deflect the attack completely. Now, Turn, he didn't come into the attack and said it was a pressure into, go more economic build by Bisu, going for the Oracle. Everyone wanted Bisu to use the Oracle and see how great he was at using the unit, and today we've seen that if you have perfect micro, the Oracles can kill tons of SCVs.
Yeah, I really have to say that I think Bisu handled his Oracles almost better than anyone else so far. I mean, we saw some great usage out of Rain against Flash, but Bisu really abusing that unit in this game. So currently the score is 3-0. Is SK Telecom going to do a 4-0 sweep with only Protoss players? Do we have Rain, potentially the strongest player or one of the strongest